hello, everybody. Welcome back to Into the Light Divination. Today's video is going to be a what do you need to change for the air signs Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? So please remember that this reading is for entertainment purposes only. It may or may not resonate. Take what resonates, leave the rest for another person to claim. As always, I appreciate your listen or your view. If you're seeing me on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you're hearing me on the podcast, please consider following my podcast. I would greatly appreciate that, okay? And let's get into this here. Oh, also, if you check out https://ko-fi.com / Into the Light Divination. That is my Ko-Fi account. You can access memberships there. They're really cheap. I also have different tiers for whether it's my podcast, YouTube, or the Ko-Fi only readings, or kind of like a mix and match of whatever you want. Okay. And there's a lot of benefits there for members. You also get access to like pay for your own type of readings and just so much good stuff if you're interested. Obviously, if you're not, that's totally cool. I appreciate you listening or viewing whatever you are seeing, hearing this content. All right. And yeah, let's get into this reading now. So, cleanse the cards, the energy in the space, please. Cleanse the cards, the energy in the space, please. Cleanse the cards, the energy in the space, please. Cleanse my energy and my space, please. Okay. Spirit guide, guardian angels, ancestors, I ask for you to join us in this reading today for our lovely air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, to find out what changes that they need to make. All right. So let's get started with Libra, I'm hearing. So Libra, what do we have for Libra? What changes does Libra need to make? Okay, what do they need to know? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear? What are the changes for Libra, please? Libra, you have the Three of Swords in reverse, the Devil in reverse, and the Ace of Wands in reverse. So the changes here are telling me is leaving heartbreak behind, leaving addictions or that kind of personality behind. And then Ace of Wands, not really focusing on the passion of a connection, but how you truly feel. All right. Let's get that Three of Swords clarified for our Libra friends. All right, Libra, you have the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Star card, and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So what this is telling me here, Libra, is you are maybe leaving heartbreak, but you're not too sure on a love interest. You do see possibilities with the Star card. However, with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, you don't really know how you're going to be able to get to this connection. I'm seeing long distance for some of you, or some of you just don't know if I can stand on my own. So what if that person leaves? Am I going to be able to afford whatever if we were to move in together or something, right? That's kind of what I'm getting for you, Libra. All right, with the Devil in reverse, let's find out what it is here that needs to be clarified for our Libra friends, please. So let's find out here. So the Devil in reverse is the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands in reverse. So needing to leave toxicity behind. The Ace of Swords in reverse is a little bit of lack of communication too. I think that's more a lack of a mental of where you want to be if you're leaving these kind of patterns and traits behind, okay? The Seven of Pentacles shows that you do have the opportunity for growth. And the Page of Wands in reverse is saying that you may need to connect with others to really help focus you on that growth, okay? The Ace of Wands in reverse, I am seeing a needing to not focus too much on the passion of stuff right now. Maybe finding your own passions, but I do see a little bit of like, hey, we need to take a pause here for a second. Okay. So what can we clarify that for Libra? What do they need to know? Okay. You got the Seven of Cups in reverse, the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So Ace of Wands, Seven of Cups is a little bit of reluctancy to let go of like an emotional, physical kind of connection for some of you. The Five of Pentacles in reverse is leaving kind of like money issues behind. So maybe somebody's taking care of you, okay, or feeling like you're being taken care of. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse, though, you're not quite knowing what solid foundations will be from this, though, okay? It's like a passionate fashion go energy. You're financially okay because like of this connection. However, how long is this really stable is kind of what I'm getting. Okay, so let's go in next with the Aquarius, please. Aquarius, what do we have for Aquarius? What do they need to know to change? All right, what do they need for change here? All right, changes for Aquarius. Okay, that's weird. Aquarius, you have the Ace of Pentacles in, Ace of Swords in reverse, the Devil in reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm seeing for you, Aquarius, some of you are needing to learn how to communicate a little bit better, leaving stuff that's restricting you behind. Some of you have a not great way of connecting verbally with people, so it is causing this kind of, so it's learning and growing, and then that will that's something you need to learn pretty much with the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, let's get that clarified here. Okay, so you have the King of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Swords, and the Magician in the reverse. So with the Ace of Swords, a little bit of lack of communication, proper communication is giving you a little bit of lack of a solid foundation. With the Knight of Swords, it is like quick moving communication or energy around you. And the Magician in the reverse is saying, no, it's like conflicting with your desires. All right, what do we have for your dreams, your goals, your desires, your achievements, your destiny? I see like you are kind of flip-flopping on what it is you want in life. Okay, the Devil in reverse, you have the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Wands in reverse, and then the Hierophant. So Aquarius, here you have leaving kind of toxic energy, standing in this passionate power of you, not quite leaving other situations, right? The Hierophant, though, could be a higher level of commitment, or it's committing yourself to some kind of spiritual awakening or something else that's like committal for you. It could be just like committing to your own business or something, right? Nine of Pentacles in reverse is telling us here for our Aquarius friends, what do we have for you? Okay, Nine of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the Seven of Cups in reverse, and then we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So, like I said, a little bit of lack of, is this stable? Am I going to be stable on my own? Five of Pentacles in reverse, I do see you leaving that kind of instability and money woes. Okay, with the Seven of Cups in reverse, though, I do see a little bit of lackluster in something, and then it's like clarified by the Ace of Wands. I don't know what's going on with you, Aquarius, but some of you really need to sit down, figure it out. This is what I want to do for career, or this is how I want to excel my career. This is what I want to do in life. This is how I want to excel in life. This is what I want to do for personal growth. This is how I want to excel. Relationships, everything around you, because some of you are very confused. I'm getting very like mixed energies of confusion, and it kind of is frustrating, to be honest, but that's okay because you're an air sign. What can you expect? All right. Geminis. Gemini. So, what do we have for our Geminis? What do they need to change? What do our Gemini friends need to change, please? What is it Geminis need to do to change here? My throat, I just like gasped for air there. So, some of you may have a little bit of a blocked throat chakra, Gemini. Maybe you do some healing on that or learning how to speak. Okay. Nine of Swords, Geminis. So definitely feeling attacked by like people around you, negative energy. Some of you, it may be like family or friends or like your lover's family may make you feel some kind of way, right? The Wheel in reverse, I do see a little bit of stagnant energy for you, Gemini, okay? And then the Hermit in reverse, though, it is you looking within and understanding, right? You're leaving that kind of like, you finally figured out what was bothering you is kind of what I'm getting from this reading, even though you may have been a little bit stagnant, or if that's not where you're at, you need to figure out what it is that's bothering you, right? And kind of figure out your game plan from that, right? If it's a loved one, maybe you have to talk to them, okay? Can we get a clarification for that Nine of Swords, though? Three of Cups, Two of Cups in reverse, and then the Nine of Pentacles. So what you have here, Gemini, is the Three of Cups. So you do have community around you that does care. The Two of Cups in reverse, your own connection and love may be a little bit wobbly right now, right? Probably because of whatever's going on here. Nine of Pentacles. I see many of you just working on your own stability, right? And not trying to focus too much on the negativity around you. Like, obviously, you're going to have to address it. But I see many of you focusing on that kind of Queen energy. What do we have for the wheel in reverse, please, for Geminis here? You have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Eight of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. So what I have for you, Gemini, is you sometimes overgive to people. Okay, the Eight of Cups is, and then you walk away from this like emotional distress. So you may overgive stability, but that leaves you in a place. Okay, the Queen of Wands in reverse is you are feeling a little bit of lack of independence, and some of you may want independence. Okay, what's with the Hermit in the reverse, please? Can we find out some information, please, about that Hermit in reverse? All right, I heard no. Try again. That Hermit in reverse, please. Can we please have information for the Gemini reading? For the Hermit in reverse, what they need to change. Okay, yes. Death and Rebirth in reverse, Page of Wands in reverse, and then the Six of Swords. So, a little bit reluctancy to change, or I breathe. That's what I'm getting for you. Some of you just need to breathe for a minute, okay? Then you have the Page of Wands in reverse, and that is some of you need to breathe. Some of you may need to accept help. And Six of Swords is some of you may need new directions in where you're going, okay? Notice how I slowed down there for you, Gemini, because that's what I'm feeling right now. Some of you need to take a pause and slow down, all right? So, what do we have for the air signs collective energy, please? What is it for the air signs collective energy? What do they need to know about change here? Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, the collective energy. What do they need to know about change? Okay. 10 of Swords in reverse, the Nine of Cups, and the Page of Swords. So some of you are definitely not walking away from a situation. The Nine of Cups is definitely working on self-growth, right? Emotionally, mentally, whatever that resonates. I do see a lot of healing kind of energy and working on self, okay? But the Page of Swords, I do see you willing to learn new things. Some of you may be looking at going back to school, expanding your education, right? All right. Maybe expanding knowledge on stuff that you already know, getting more information. So let's find out for that 10 of Swords in reverse. What is the information for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius collective energy? What do they need to know for the air signs? Okay. You have the Knight of Swords in the reverse, the Two of Wands in the reverse, and the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So, Gemini, you're not leaving anything. I see you having a slow moving energy on decisions on what you're doing. The Two of Wands in reverse is not necessarily looking at new, like, passion career kind of opportunities, but I do see with the Seven of Swords in reverse, you having a mental conflict over this is what I want for a career and this is what I'm passionate about for some of you, and this is like what my relationship or something, there's a blockage, and I see you needing to address that. Okay, next you have the air signs. If I said Gemini, I meant air signs, sorry. But you get what I'm saying. Okay, Nine of Cups we have clarified is the Fool in reverse, the Four of Cups in reverse, and the Eight of Wands. So what I like here is working on yourself. You may not have like a new exact adventure, but I see working on yourself makes it so that you're not naive, right? The Fool can be very naive and trusting the unknown, right? That is also saying with the Four Cups in reverse, you are looking at the light in the darkest situations. You are reviewing all aspects, okay, or air signs. And then finally, with the Eight of Wands, it's not necessarily I have luck and love, I can get anyone. It's more like opportunities. You have multiple opportunities at your hands. It's up to you to decide what ones you want to take. Finally, that leads you into that Page of Swords energy for sure. So let's get that Page of Swords energy clarified for our air signs, please. What is it the air signs need to know about that Page of Swords energy for their change? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? Page of Swords, the Tower in reverse, the Emperor, and the Ace of Wands. So some of you may um walk into a few situations here where there may be a little bit of time is needed. Okay, what I'm seeing for you, some of you, obviously the Tower in reverse, I do like parts of this because it is you understanding that you may not be able to get where you want to get right away. However, either way, the tower is going to fall. So, whether you're being stagnant or not, you're going to have to head down some kind of pathway so you can get ahead on where you want to go. I do see you with the Emperor standing in that power of really just bossing up and figuring it out. But you do have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So, some of you may feel a little bit lackluster about something that you were super passionate about before. Okay. So, but it is okay to change your mind on things. We are humans. Our human nature is to change our minds. So that is something I want you to all know, air signs. Once again, please consider subscribing to my channel if you're here on YouTube, giving me a follow, whatever. And I really do appreciate your time as always. I hope you have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you again very soon. Thank you and goodbye.